So I had this amazing idea that I'd make a bear fighting competition and I'd make them fight each other to the death.
I don't think you can legally do that.
You can do it in Colombia. So welcome to the Slapduck podcast. I'm your host, Sully Bell. I'm joined once again by the usual
Luka Sheehan.
and once again by special guest.
Amy Betts. Hello.
And so I'm gonna make a bear fighting competition.
You're not doing this. So I can't let you do this.
I don't know if it's gonna be bear on human action or bear on bear action.
I thought you meant just bear on bear. You know, like how they do like cockfighting, like
Or bears.
or bears.
I mean, they do dog fighting, the cock fighting. You want to make bear fighting?
See, there was a bear that used to be a wrestler. And he legit. I don't remember the name, which is really dumb.
Like, you're not talking like Tekken.
No, I'm talking about real life bear.
All right.
Just type in bear who used to be a wrestler. Like he legit had wrestling matches.
Okay.
I don't know if he won any championships because
I have so many questions.
He's a bear, but he was like mostly active in Canada and like North America, like northern parts of the United States.
All right.
And he used to fight people, and like a legit wrestler trained the bear.
How do you train a bear to wrestle? Okay, how does a wrestler go?
Can you call it wrestling a bear? You're just making someone fight a bear. You're making someone get attacked by a bear.
His finisher was a bear hug.
No shit. This is made up, right?
No, it's real.
This is actually
legitimately. Whilst you're listening to this, like just Google search bear who used to be a wrestler, and he has a whole Wikipedia page.
Of course he does. The bear has a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Does he have like a little outfit as well?
No, I think he was
that
just
disappoints me.
be a bear. Just wore bear clothes.
I was hoping he'd have like a wrestling outfit.
At least some like spandex pants or something.
Yeah, or like the Mexican wrestlers with that eye mask.
You try and put a bear in clothes.
You try and wrestle a fucking bear.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, exactly.
The bear, he had his claws they were clipped and all that, and he was taught not to bite people.
They take his teeth out?
Sounds horrible.
I don't think he bit anyone. He used to be a circus bear.
Okay.
So then he turned into a wrestler bear.
That's just a sad life for a bear.
Yeah.
That's fucking dark.
I mean, it's better than being with the circus that went out of business.
I mean, it's not as better than just being in the wild.
I don't think the bear. I don't think they would punch the bear. It'd be like graps.
I'm sorry. No, who's choke slamming a fucking bear?
I mean, there's probably dudes that are bigger than a bear.
No. Just no.
It depends what type of bear.
Yeah, I think it's a brown bear.
They're fucking
they're
big,
huge.
man.
Isn't it black bears that are a lot smaller?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Like, I feel like a black bear is maybe a bit more believable. Brown bears are like huge.
I was just enthralled whilst reading it about a bear that would just fight people.
I feel like that's very questionable, like how legit that is.
Yeah, I think it was real. I'm sure I don't know actually. It might have been a bit before video was readily available.
Oh, is it like? That's less creditable.
I think it's a legitimate thing because people like wrote about it in real time for like newspapers and stuff. But I think then the story was like I think he got a mate because he needed a bang.
Fucking hell.
So then the guy who was training the bear, his girlfriend left the door open for the bears. I think his mate came out and attacked her.
Okay.
So then they took both bears away.
It sounds like some like Dr. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein shit. This is.
But they're real bears.
It sounds horrible.
It sounds. Why would you do that to a bear? Why would you want to wrestle a bear?
Let's be honest, it'd be pretty cool.
No,
if the bear was like had no claws and like you knew the bear wouldn't bite you,
it could still punch my fucking skull in.
They're strong.
Do you know what else they used to fight? There's a guy that fought an orangutan.
Oh god, damn.
Yeah, man.
That's just as bad.
I think he fought it to win $30. But this was like 1930s America. No, 1940s America. $30 was a
really
substantial
like
amount.
$300.
Yeah.
That's still not enough.
He beat the orangutan, but he didn't get the money because he punched it.
Wait, how was he meant to beat it then?
He meant to like grapple it. No?
Right.
Have you ever seen the video of a man who punches a kangaroo in the face?
No, I've not seen this.
It's a very funny video. Basically, like I think they're in South Africa somewhere. I don't know.
He's Julian.
Yeah, Julian's not here. Rip. He's out with his dog, and his dog gets like attacked by a kangaroo. It's like grabbing him. So he runs up and he manages to get the dog away. And you know, like kangaroos, when they're really intimidated,
Yeah.
they'll like flex.
Yeah.
They'll like put their
Mm.
chest out. Like they're really muscly. Like if
Yeah.
you've ever seen one flex, they're kind
Kangaroos
of
are
scary.
jacked.
It's
They
weird.
really are.
They kind of look like men who are jacked and hairy, just in like
Yeah.
a dog mask.
Yeah,
It's
and they stand up
weird.
and they like proper confront you. Anyway, he did this, and the man just started doing it back, and then he just punches it straight in the face, and then runs off with his dog.
Oh god.
And the kangaroo just like stops. It gets hit in the face. You can see it's just like, what the
What?
fuck just happened? It doesn't move. It just stands still after that and completely goes back down. And the man runs off with his dog.
Jesus.
That kangaroos probably got like mental scars now. It's like,
Yeah.
This
do
human
now?
beat me.
I mean,
I
like
was trying to
it
talk
wasn't
to the
like he
human
went and
about his dog.
punched. It wasn't like he went and punched the kangaroo for no reason.
Yeah,
He
obviously.
was protecting his dog.
Yeah.
He still didn't need to punch the kangaroo in
No.
the face, but it was a pretty ballsy move.
I'm glad that it's on video.
Yeah, you can look it up on YouTube.
Was the kangaroo
So
like
what's
having a
that?
go at the dog?
It like got it hooked in its arms.
Oh,
Like it had like properly grabbed onto the
Oh,
dog,
okay.
and the dog was like crying. It looks like the dog's bleeding, but I don't think it is. It's just got like a red collar
Yeah.
on.
Was it trying to put it in his pouch and like make it his
You're
little
my
kid?
baby
you're my
now.
baby now. Kangaroos are weird looking animals.
Yeah, they are.
I like them. Like I've never seen one in real life. I just seen one on like TV and movies and
Go
stuff.
to a
but-
zoo.
Yeah, we've seen them in the zoo.
No, I don't go to the zoo.
We'll
very-
take
I've
you
been
to
to the
the
zoo
zoo.
once
The
my
zoo
entire
is
life.
great.
We'll take you to a zoo. You live in London.
I know.
We'll take you to the zoo.
It is a nice zoo, actually.
We'll go to the zoo.
We'll do a video podcast from a zoo.
Just a vlog.
Can we
a
go see the
vlog,
penguins?
basically.
Yeah, we're not doing a whole podcast from the zoo.
We'll go see the
Get
penguins.
I
shit
love
thrown
the
at us.
penguins.
Unless we ask like to do a podcast with a monkey.
I'm sorry. I am not editing that. That is a sound guy's nightmare.
Yeah, no
Okay,
good can come from
Fine.
that.
No.
We won't do a
There's
podcast
two
with a
rules. You don't
monkey.
work with kids and you don't work with animals. I'm not doing that.
What if it's a quiet animal? One that doesn't talk.
Like a sloth.
Yeah,
Ooh.
sloth. They don't talk.
I do one with the sloth.
We could just have it in here chilling,
Just hugging
pass
us.
the sloth around, cuddle it. Yeah.
They got big claws though. Sloths.
Yeah, but they're not like, I don't think they're sharp.
They're
They're,
dumb.
they're not for like attacking or anything. They're
Are they
just
just
for,
like holding on?
yeah, they're just for like gripping. Have you
Oh.
seen the video of the cat? No, the sloth who strokes the cat.
Oh.
it's adorable. Like, but it's got like really long, like sloths. Like nails do freak me out a little bit because they're so long. But it's like cuddling this cat and it's just like stroking its head and the cat's loving it.
Let's be honest. Any animal that grabs its own arm thinking it's a branch,
I know.
that's not an animal I'm scared
Yeah,
of.
they do
That's-
that as they're swinging through trees
Yeah.
and they grab their own arm
I
and then
haven't
they
seen
fall
that.
from
Yeah.
trees because they
I
think
was
they're
like-
holding.
That's a stupid
That's-
animal. I'm
that's
fine.
cute.
I'm fine with that.
No,
I'll fight a sloth.
I do love sloths. They're so
You
weird
can't
looking.
fight a sloth.
But that's
It's
my
so
favorite.
unfair.
Starts on me.
My favorite memes are sloth memes. It's like, I'm coming for you, girl. It's like, it's so good.
Oh no.
animals.
There's an amazing sloth meme I'll post on our Instagram,
Okay.
Slapduck podcast. I've got it saved to my phone.
Ooh.
It's like knowledge is power, but it's like a sloth with an inspirational background. It's amazing. I'll post that when this goes live.
Please do.
Do you guys know anything else like stupid, funny animal type facts?
I know a few. I know
Ooh.
one of my favorite ones is dolphins get high off pufferfish.
Nice.
Like,
How?
so they'll like, you know, when a pufferfish like inflates,
Mm.
like they're kind of poisonous.
Yeah.
So basically, like teenage dolphins, I watched this on a documentary. I'm legit not making this up.
Okay.
They'll scare the pufferfish so it blows up, and then they'll like nibble on the ends, and like the poison is like the same kind of feeling as being high as in like smoking weed, apparently. And then like you can see it if you type it in on YouTube, like dolphins getting high of pufferfish. You'll see them. They will like kind of float around afterwards.
Oh, they're just kind of chilling.
Yeah, they're just kind of like there, like you know,
Hey, Timmy, man.
yeah, like chilling, swimming along.
That was some strong puffer.
Imagine
Like
if we
they
had feet,
literally
man.
pass the puff around.
What if humans could talk to us, man?
Don't do that. They're dumb.
So it makes me like dolphins a lot more. They're already pretty awesome.
Do you like
Can't dolphins be like some dolphins? And there's some drawings. I don't know if it's a real thing, but I saw it on like a stand-up show, so it might be real, might not be. Where dolphins can actually be gay and they hump each other's blowholes.
Oh.
Is that a thing?
So I think it was like a really old like Ricky Gervais stand-up. He was like talking about it, and he's got like a book, and it's just drawings of these things. No like photos. So it's either someone's super into drawing like animals fucking each other, or they can actually be gay and they just couldn't picture it.
I mean, that sounds a little bit questionable that they'd fuck each other in the
blowhole.
blowhole.
They breathe
But-
from there, correct?
Yeah.
I don't want to go into depth, but like people breathe from their mouths. So,
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I suppose.
yeah.
Dolphins are
suppose.
really rapey though. Like,
I'm sorry, what?
It's,
Dolphins
yeah,
are
4
rapey.
people a year.
like
What?
dolphins will try and rape humans. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Wow.
We don't
legit
approve
thing.
of it.
I
Dolphins are weird.
don't feel like I want to go ride with the dolphins anymore.
Yeah,
I
you have
don't.
to be careful. Like they
They're
literally.
weird.
Yeah.
They're, in in the US, they did experiments in the 60s because they wanted to teach, obviously, to fight the Russians. They wanted to teach dolphins
Hmm.
to fight the Russians because,
Course
you know,
they do.
dolphins,
Perfect warriors.
they tried to weaponize dolphins.
Just strap a machine gun to
Yeah,
them.
so they tried to teach them how to speak. So they got a dolphin to live in a house with a lady. Like, there was like, I think the floor must have been like water level enough for the dolphin to swim around in that.
Okay.
So the dolphin wasn't doing anything because obviously, you know, it's a dolphin.
Mm.
It can't speak to humans. So then they gave the dolphin LSD.
God, fucking hell.
So then the dolphin was just going around high, but also the dolphin got really randy. So then they got, I don't know if the thing about the lady doing it or just scientists in general, they got them to like relieve the dolphins,
Ooh.
you know,
Yep.
That sounds gross.
That sounds disgusting.
built up desires. Dolphins didn't talk in the end.
No shit, they don't talk.
So
I
in
feel
the
like
end.
we would all know that.
It was
if
just
they
sort of like they
did.
just got some dolphins high.
I think we'll begin dolphins LSD now if they could talk on LSD.
Man, that'd be dope.
So basically, we've learned today that dolphins are druggies.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
And kind of rapey.
yeah.
Druggies and rapists. Yep.
So
They'd be
dolphin.
the worst
That makes
humans.
them not sound so nice now,
No.
doesn't
Yeah,
it?
man.
You see them
Kind
as a
of putting
kid
me
and
off dolphins now.
you see them as a kid and you're like, oh no, they're cool. They dolphins, the ones that like scare off sharks in the movies.
Yeah,
And they, like,
in
they look so
movies
cute.
they're always the ones to like fight off the sharks,
Yeah.
aren't they, and protect you.
And now I'm just thinking they're fighting off the sharks because
So
they want
can-
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they don't want to be interrupted when they're
yeah.
trying to get in your blowhole.
So if a dolphin's your favorite animal, just remember dolphins are bad people.
We're sorry.
I'm not.
I'm not sorry. It's nature. They do their thing.
Mm.
Any
Just don't do it
other
to us.
animal type ideas? Facts?
See, my favorite animal is like squirrels.
Ugh.
I love squirrels.
Squirrels.
Lame.
They're the cutest animals. They
That's
got like fluffy
lame.
tails. They like go up trees. They hibernate. They're really good. So when I was a kid I want to say I was in like year 9, year 10 or something. We had to write like a thing in like an English class. So and it was, I think it had to start with a quote of like, my father once told me. So I wrote this entire thing about rebel squirrels who like my father once told me. It was like a monologue from like, the squirrel who was, his father was murdered by like people cutting down trees. So they set up like this rebel gang who would go and like attack people trying to cut down trees.
Or like green rights activist.
I just thought it was funny.
I feel
honestly.
like that sounds like a good show.
Was it like
You and my teacher have very different opinions
Oh,
then
wow.
because she
What-
hated it.
was the squirrel? Was it like a tragedy like
Yeah.
Hamlet, or
Yeah,
was it
sort of.
or was it full on balls to the walls Hot Fuzz?
No, it was like tragedy style.
Yeah, see,
Oh.
I would have been okay with
Yeah.
the Hot Fuzz style squirrel. Hamlet squirrel sounds like you got some issues.
It was funny. It was like in one of my exams, I wrote a story about a man who gets lost in like or left to die in the jungle, and he kind of becomes one with like the monkeys by murdering a monk, like the leader monkey, and like taking over.
I think that's a Michael Morpurgo book.
A what,
Michael Morpurgo,
dude?
Warhorse.
Hmm?
Warhorse.
Oh,
I know about the horse.
The guy that wrote Warhorse.
Okay,
He wrote a book about a dude that gets stranded on an island with a monkey,
really?
and he becomes like the monkey's best mate.
Oh no, in my one it was more like he was the king of the monkeys.
So
'cause he-
Tarzan.
Yeah,
yeah.
a little bit. It was Tarzan, but like R-rated. Like there was blood and.
What did he
stuff
do
in
with the monkeys?
it. He murdered them and like, it was going through like that goth period. So I was like, oh cool. He would like murder the monkeys and stuff and like drench himself in their blood and be like, I'm the ruler. And then like his friends come back to try and get him and. Well, they didn't because he was insane.
And the exam board wrote a letter to your parents being like, your kid's got issues,
Very
bro.
worried,
If I'm
yeah.
honest, that exam I got one of the best scores on. So like that just tells you the exam people are fucking weird.
I was gonna say, I feel like if you'd have pitched that at my university, they would have loved that. Any weird shows or someone dying or suicide or penis and vaginas, anything like that that you put in a film my course were like, yes, this is
Whoa.
art.
No.
Beautiful.
So I
Make a comedy. Nah, rubbish.
No, so I have a friend who went to like film school as well, and she was telling me that they got access to phantom cameras for like one of their like semesters, and one of the groups, it was 2 guys and a girl. And the girl was manning the camera, and the 2 guys just stripped off and whacked each other's penises on each other. It was just, and that was it. Really slow motion, and it was like single frame. They played that for like, I don't know, a few minutes, and that was their short film. Her teacher absolutely loved it. I don't understand. Like, I mean, our school makes no sense to me.
Do you know what? A very similar thing happened at my university as well.
Yeah.
Like, one of the guys I lived with, he literally made a porno. Like,
Christ.
he made...
But what was the lighting like?
I mean...
What's the story like? I
I'm
like
Really
trying
good
not
Dutch
to watch
angles.
it.
I like them with good story.
But it was like, it did have some deep meaning behind it. Like, he'd put some words up over the top, which tell, like, quite a grim story.
That's not deep meaning. That's just a reason to shoot.
He made a
sex.
Charlie Chaplin
Well,
movie.
it was related to that. But, yeah, it was so he could film a porno, basically. But it was just him, like, jacking off and, like...
Oh.
using toys, and I think there was maybe one other person. He's a very weird guy. The
Sounds
film was
it.
very strange.
I less so want
Got
to
the
watch it.
best mark. Like
What?
this is what
What?
happens when you go to like some
Film
art
school
schools.
sounds so weird.
Yeah, it was very strange because they were like, this was, very brave and everything, but like he shot it in a day in his room, and then
I'm sorry.
it's yeah.
My
It
films.
sounds like he just jerked off in front of a webcam and thought,
Yep.
"Ah, shit, it was on. That's my film."
Yeah, he cut it to
What?
some music and put a few like effects where you see multiple penises coming in at different angles, and that was that. It's quite
I
traumatic
feel
to
like
watch,
I did film
especially
school
when you
wrong.
know the person.
Yeah.
He was a very strange guy.
Oh.
I definitely did film school wrong then. I tried to, I wrote this like really amazing like thing that had like biblical connotations and this biblical music and it's like a monk discovering Jesus and all that jazz.
You should just throw a penis
They were
in
just
there.
like, oh, it could have been better. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Oh,
Like-
I was like, what? That broke my heart.
Yeah, there's literally, if you chuck in anything to do about like sex or anything just really weird or fucked up,
Should have got the monk
like-
laid.
yeah, then they would have loved it.
Just
Or just have the monk naked for a scene. They're like, perfect.
yeah,
Perfect.
like naked and doing some sort of like, I don't know, Da Vinci Code whipping shit, and then
Oh
you'd have
my
got
God.
tons of marks of that.
I'm glad I did a short course at film school.
Well,
I
like
didn't stay
the
there.
same teacher that gave them really good marks for this, one of the pieces that they showed him, the class, sorry, was one of his short films. It was literally him sitting in a chair. That was it. And it was like 7 minutes long, and then partway through it, he just starts urinating himself.
That's why he's a
What?
film school teacher.
Yeah, that's why he's not actually making films, because he's fucking insane.
I'll tell you who's a good film school teacher. It's going to be a shout out. Raphael Kapalski, Polish guy. He's amazing. And he makes, he's making some big Polish films now.
Okay.
Shout out to Raphael. Please come back and, teach me film stuff because you left me too early. I've got, scars from that.
I think he left you early because it was a short course.
That's true.
Yeah.
Got a better job.
Okay, going back to what you said about squirrels.
Yeah.
Would you ever have a pet squirrel?
Oh,
Do you know what a
Morally, I
sugar
wouldn't want
glider
to.
is?
what, sorry?
A sugar glider.
No.
So sugar gliders are these super cute little animals that look kind of like squirrels, but they glide. So they have
Like gliding squirrels.
yeah, they're basically like that, but they're not like rodents. They're like, I don't know.
Okay.
They're seen as different. So if you have a cat or a dog, they won't try and eat a sugar glider, but they
Oh.
will try and eat a squirrel because they think it's like a rat.
Okay.
Nice.
Apparently that's the difference. But you should look up sugar gliders. They're adorable. And when you first get them, they need to be close to you so they can bond,
Yeah.
family. So they'll fit in your pockets and everything.
Are these the ones with the weird big
A
eyes?
gliss. Are we talking about a
No.
gliss or
No.
not?
No, I
No.
can't get a photo up to show
No,
you, but
it's-
they
it's fine.
look like gliding squirrels.
And you can have these as pets, and it's,
Yeah, you can have them as pets, and
there's no moral implications about you're nicking them from the home. Because that's the thing. I would love to have a squirrel
Yeah.
as a pet, but morally, I don't want to do that.
So I did a bit of research into it because I did want to get one myself. Apparently, they do take quite a lot of effort to look after, and they're quite expensive to buy.
Oh.
But I don't think you're damaging their environment by too much as having them by pets.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's better than like having a squirrel or something because squirrels aren't like meant to be pets.
Could you teach it to like do stuff for you? Because
So,
it
like,
flies.
Like you
How
can
strong
put it
is
on your
it?
hand and like you
strong
can
is
teach it to like glide to like objects and stuff. If you go on YouTube, there's loads of videos of them gliding.
Could you teach it to steal things?
That's
I
what I was
don't know.
thinking.
I
Yeah.
don't know how smart they are.
Well, because there's that one monkey that everyone is using in like Hollywood at the moment. He's been around for like a good few years. They used him in like The Hangover 2.
Marcel the monkey?
Yeah, I think it's
the
Marcel.
one they used in Friends.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think he's been
yeah.
around for ages
I think
at this
he's
point.
dead.
Well, because they used him in The Big Bang
I
Theory
think
as
it's a-
well.
think it's a
Is he
different
just
one
that?
now.
Gotta be a
Yeah, I
different
think
monkey.
I read an I get bored at work,
Yeah, I can tell.
so I read stuff about monkeys sometimes.
Oddly specific, but sure.
You know.
But yeah, like because he could like do a bunch of stuff, like tightrope walk and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he's a monkey, but like you could direct him and he would be really well. You could make him
Mm.
smoke and stuff, and you would actually do it.
Nice.
So like, I'm thinking, how far could you train, say, this thing as a pet?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how smart sugar gliders are. I don't think they're very intelligent. Do you know what is intelligent though? Surprisingly, crows.
Crows.
Oh, of course.
Crows.
Smart.
I actually think crows are really cool. When I learned that apparently they're almost as smart as like a toddler, like as a 3-year-old.
I mean,
No.
if Sully. would think
Well,
that
yeah,
was
Sully
stupid.
doesn't
Listen
think-
to our last
But
episode.
for a bird, for a bird, that's pretty smart. Like they can recognize things. So basically, if you're ever really mean to a crow, it will remember you and it will tell all the other crows. So they're like apparently like whole flocks of crows have been known to move from a location because someone's been like shooting them or whatever.
Okay.
So the same thing is if you're really nice to a crow, it will tell all the other crows, and then they'll come over to you. So I want to be the crazy crow lady. I
What-
want to make friends with one crow, and it would tell all its friends. I'm gonna have all these birds follow me. Literally be the coolest thing.
See,
I
They're so
Coolest
smart. They
is-
can use tools
Yeah.
as well.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can they just like hammer away.
Okay, maybe not.
Like
a big
like
hammer.
not how like
Oh.
we do, but like they can make tools and they can use things to like open stuff.
What?
Like
Yeah.
they're actually really smart. Like smarter than most
I
birds.
could imagine being mean
Huh.
to a crow, and then like it's like the West Side Story, and it's like a gang of crows come over, like
Yeah.
clicking their fingers.
Caw.
Yeah, got it in for you.
Yeah, crows. They've done like experiments where they've got this really complex like contraption,
Mm.
and they had to try and get the seed or something out from
Okay.
it, and the crows like took it all apart in like a couple of minutes,
Yeah,
Huh.
and they were like, a kid can't do that.
they're actually quite smart. Yeah,
Fair
which I
enough.
think is very, very cool. So be nice to crows,
Or don't be nice to crows.
and they'll all hate you.
Exactly.
Ooh.
You can
Mm.
fight them. Good training when you fight the bear.
I mean, no.
No one's fighting
No
a
one's
bear.
fighting a bear,
Okay.
Sully.
Just saying.
Not again.
Just saying.
No.
Crows, bears, same thing.
I think one has wings.
Bears sort of have wings if you think about it.
Give it wings.
Yeah, you can give a bear wings.
I
Give it-
mean,
give it
bingo
wingsuit.
wings, maybe.
It's a bingo
Do
wing.
you know what?
You don't know
so
what a
that's-
bingo wing
So like,
is?
it's when your like triceps are like really saggy,
Oh.
and like so it's like the whole idea is like old people
Old
at like bingo
ladies.
hall who are like waving,
They
I've got
flap.
bingo, and then like it's all like really.
What
wobbly.
old people do you hang out with?
Oh.
I've got bingo.
Apparently,
that's
one's
right
from the
off-
1950s.
That's right after I've gone outside and I've shot a youth.
Oh, down these children and their new toys.
Okay, what?
Yeah,
I don't know.
No.
All right. Listen,
I forgot words.
I'm not going to
Real
leave you
quick.
around any old people just in
That's
case,
fine.
like offend them.
I don't really go around old people very much to begin with anymore. So
Speaking of being old people, like what is the main thing like when you become an old person? What do you look forward to? Like, do you want to be
Nothing.
like a crazy old person? Are you looking forward to retirement? Like, what is the one thing you could do as an old person that you can't? Like, you feel that you could get away with it
I
more?
think it's socially acceptable as an old person to smoke a doobie on like a yacht.
Yeah,
When you're young, it's sort of like, oh, look at that youth wasting his life. But it's
but
fine.
when you're old, they're
It's
like,
completely
he's
fine.
enjoying his retirement.
Yeah, man.
you just want to be an old stoner man.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's
a
what I mean.
yacht.
There's like some things that are more socially acceptable for you to do as an old person than it is like if you're younger. Like my nan will happily say things like "fuck you, I'm Nan," or she'll be a bit rude out in public, or like, "Oh, it's because I'm old, dear." Like people will let her off with things. Like you
You're
can be a
saying,
bit
yeah.
silly, and they'll just be like, "Oh, she's old," even though she knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah,
You can totally take advantage of that.
We're just being a bit meaner to people, and everyone was like, "Oh no, but they're still alive. It's fine." No, fuck that. They're
Yeah.
old. They know what they're doing. They're just a few years in you.
No, so yeah, mine's gonna be a stoner.
You're gonna be a stoner.
Yeah.
I honestly not looking forward to getting old.
No?
No. Why would you look forward to getting old? Like, we're young now and we can do everything. When you're old, it's the same shit, but everything hurts.
Well, I'm not really saying I'm looking forward to being old. I'm just trying to see the positives in being
silver
old.
lining.
Of like, what can I get away with once I'm an old lady?
Okay, so like this is something I've actually discussed with my dad, and we're divided on it, and we probably will be here. But like, if say you're one of the people that started to get dementia a bit as an old person.
We're not promoting dementia.
No, we're not promoting
Yes, I'm
dementia.
just gonna put that out
Also,
there.
you can't promote dementia. You can't like give someone dementia.
Dementia, it's great.
But if you're like one of those like guys or girls that get dementia when you get older, it's really sucky. But the one silver lining that I can think of is you can rewatch all your favorite movies again for the first time.
Wow, but then you'd forget them right afterwards.
No,
Potentially.
So you wouldn't
You
even
wouldn't
watching
know-
your favorite movies. So like if someone who knows like I know you love these movies like as whatever age you are, you can go back and watch. Imagine watching like Star Wars for the first time.
But what if you don't like it the second time round?
Yeah, and I was
That's
going
the
to say, what
problem.
if you don't remember what your like
Exactly.
favorite movie was?
I mean, I
You
don't
have
know
to
about
write
you
a
guys.
list.
I have a list.
Oh,
I
okay.
have a list.
I do not
Okay.
have a list.
So I have a list somewhere, but I also have a list on my phone of like all the movies I've seen this year with like star ratings next to them.
Some people
Jeez.
have wills. His is just in movies.
Mine's
So,
yeah.
so if he dies, they're like, oh, maybe he's got his will. It's
There's
like
that, and then
Rogue One, 5 stars.
then there's 3.5 on my list actually. But yeah,
Could have more Riz Ahmed.
it could have had so much more Riz Ahmed. Anyway, we won't get into that yet. But yeah, why not? I mean, that's the only good. Like the same thing with like video games. As long as you can still play the video games. I mean, like
Yeah,
you
depends.
got like stuff like special effect that make like custom things.
Yeah,
for
I was
people.
going to say actually, like, didn't they bring out a Xbox controller like
Yes.
for
Oh,
people with
yeah.
different disabilities, so you
Yeah.
can hook it up in different ways.
So like every trigger on it is customizable
Yeah.
for like any kind of input.
I
which
think that's such a good idea.
it's great.
Yeah,
It makes
opens
it
it
more
up to
accessible.
Yeah.
more people to play. So.
More people to beat me at Fortnite.
Did you hear how they were using like VR in old people's homes or like people
What?
with like dementia and stuff?
That's cool.
So not like putting them in a war game or anything because that would be horrific.
Janet, there's a man that's crashed a plane into me.
Back in my day, these planes would have gone straight through that building.
It reminds me of the war.
But instead of putting them into
Yeah.
like war, they'll put them like at a beach or something. So say if they can't really like get out of the
Oh,
care home
okay.
or
It's
anything,
quite nice.
it's quite a big task to take a load of people out who can't really care for
Yeah.
themselves to something like that, and they'll put them in a like kind of a scenario of being on the beach. So yeah, like it's hard to get them up and out of the home. So put a VR headset on, and they get to enjoy like the sunshine and stuff like that. Well, fake sunshine.
Yeah.
But like I've watched videos of it, and they actually look like they're having a really nice time. Like it looks really cute. Like they're just there pointing at all the like stuff.
Oh.
So like when we get older, like because the technology's like developing and
Yeah.
stuff, if say we did have dementia or just really old, we could kind of have VR settings of things from like our childhood or like from when we were younger.
That'd be cool.
So they're saying like for the older generation, like for us, it's probably going to be better when we're older because
Yeah.
we're going to have more kind of forms of entertainment like that. I remember telling a lady this when I worked at Game. She got really upset by the idea of putting old people in VR because I think she thought I meant putting them in war games. Like
My father fought in World War II.
she
I'm not
said,
going to make
like-
him have PTSD.
she said like, oh, I work at an old people's home. We put on a war film once and they absolutely hated it because it reminded them of the bad times. Like, why are you putting on a war film
Yeah.
for them? Like, I'm not going to give them VR and be like, here's Call of Duty, like go shoot some people. Like, I was trying to explain to her, it's like, no, it's nice. It's like a beach. It's like somewhere like on a mountain or something that you get to look about. She got so angry with me at the idea of it. I was like, I wasn't the one putting old people in VR, I promise.
Oh god. Oh, it's either that or you just like give them the Batman one and like just be Batman.
Be Batman. Yeah.
I'm Batman. But yeah, so you got like them doing that VR thing, but you know that Black Mirror episode, San Jupiterno? That's kind of like. Did any of you watch it?
I've watched some of Black Mirror. I'm like halfway through. Like I think I've watched the first 2 seasons, maybe.
So like brief synopsis of like the little episode is, there's kind of like a state that they put kind of like old people into. It's like all kind of like digital, and they can put like whatever time period they want to. So like the majority of it's set in like the 80s, and they're kind of like they get to live out their lives in that as kind of like youthful people, young people rather than old.
So like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Morty do like a whole thing about it as well. That could be like, by the time we get to the age of kind of having to be in those sort of things, we could, in theory, be in that. Because actually, so there was a little fact that I read, which is 15 petabytes is the least, or the rough estimate that you need to store an entire human's brain.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How close are we to that?
How much is a petabyte?
A petabyte is like 1,000 terabytes, so 15,000 terabytes.
I can buy a 5 terabyte hard drive like that. Like in like, just go on Amazon and type in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think you can split your like brain up onto like lots of different 5 terabytes.
No, but like,
no, but as in,
like,
considering
go in a cupboard and this is where my granny is stored on like 100
considering
hard
like
drives.
consumer wise, I can buy a 5 terabyte one like so simply. I'm assuming governments
Government-wise,
etc. are using petabytes.
Yeah,
like water.
Okay.
Like servers are always running on petabytes. So I think the one after that's zettabytes. I'm sure like Google's servers are zettabytes rather than petabytes.
Catherine's zettabyte.
But think about like 5 years ago, consumer wise, it was like a terabyte was £100. Now you can get like 8 terabytes for £100 on a desktop one.
Yeah.
How like give it another 50, 60, 70 years, whenever we might in theory be in that kind of situation, we could, if they got the technology to kind of like download your brain, be in something like that, live forever in
that's
a
some
digital
Wally shit.
way.
So it could get to the point maybe where like you can download the brain, but they can't re-upload it. So would it be to a point maybe where they just have like loads of people's brains stored on hard drives until they work out a way to then upload them to other bodies or something?
Or either that.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
isn't it in like I don't know, Futurama is kind of what first jumps to mind of like him being frozen. Like I think we're already freezing people, but like we haven't quite worked out how to bring them back.
Yeah.
So like potentially, they could work that bit out and you just get uploaded, but you don't know when you're gonna come back.
But we've got like 70 years till then. Maybe they'll figure it out in that amount of time, and we'll get to that age and we're like, oh no, like the body's deteriorating, the mind's still fine. Download the mind, and you could live in like this digital world in theory, like Ready Player One style. But
would you
like,
want to do that?
Fuck yeah, I'd want to do that.
Yeah, okay, I want to do that. But let's go some deep shit right now.
Okay.
When the world blows up and we are hard drives, what's gonna happen then?
Depends how hard our drives are.
Am I still living on a hard drive? What happens when my hard drive goes boom?
Well, you just
but
stop
surely
existing.
like when you're uploaded, you wouldn't be conscious of that time. You would just be stored on a hard drive. Surely you'd only be living when you're then uploaded.
But then it's not me.
Well, in theory, it is you. So like there'd be, I guess the idea behind it would be if you were creating an exact copy of someone's mind, like all their experiences, everything. The only difference is there's no body next to that. You essentially created 2 minds. There's 2 different people. So from that moment forward, you're essentially twins or clones of each other.
But can I put mine inside Sunny from iRobot?
I mean, if they design a robot that's got a big enough mind about it, probably.
If you listen to our previous episode, episode 3, we talk about why iRobot's the best movie ever made. So I want to put my artificial brain inside Sunny from iRobot.
Well, you could, or you could, like, for me,
you could be anything. You could design a robot before you die and then get made into that. Why copy someone else's design?
I mean, you could essentially have like a flesh robot. So you still like it's all your skin and bones and that kind of stuff. A bit like a Terminator, but less murdery.
What's that movie that's got Robin Williams in it where he's a robot and then
Bicentennial Man?
Yes.
We actually talked about this.
Sully hates it. I don't hate it.
You sort of hate it. You said it was one of the worst movies.
Oh, I said it was just underwhelming because it was a very interesting idea, and then Robin Williams just falls in love with some chick.
See, I don't really remember that much. I think I watched it when I was quite young, but I remember really liking that film. Like, I really liked the idea of like when he became like a person robot, they gave him imperfections to make him more human, which was just like an excuse to make him look like him. Which basically. I thought was kind of cool. I thought that was a clever workaround.
I just think it's a bad version of Wall-E.
I mean, it was way before Wall-E, but all right.
Yeah, Wall-E perfected it because Wall-E is like
Wall-E's a revamp.
You can cry at Wall-E. Wall-E is deep, man.
I didn't like Wall-E the first time I watched it. I liked it the second time I watched it.
I've never seen Wall-E.
It's because you're not a good person.
I know. I still haven't seen. There's a few Disney movies I've never seen. Up.
Oh man,
I know.
I've cried every time
I
I've watched
feel
it.
like I
The
need to
first
just
like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I need
of
to
the
just
bit.
spend a weekend watching through all these ones that I've missed, but I just can't bring myself to doing
Okay,
it.
so you have seen The Lion King though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because one of my friends has not seen The Lion
What?
King, and I still cannot believe that he's never seen that film.
Take them to watch theatre production. It's better.
I watched the production when it first came out as like a
I
kid.
haven't seen it. I really want to.
I'm not a big theatre person. I don't
I like theatre.
We'll do
Yeah.
a trip.
I don't like musicals really very much.
Slapduck does theatre.
Oh,
Yes.
that was theatre. Oh, are we singing?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
We
God.
can
Put
do
on
Les
our own
Mis.
show.
Well, no one wants to hear that because, I mean, I've heard me sing.
We'll
and-
dub it. We'll lip sync.
Ooh, I'm
Make
down
it a
with
drag show.
Yeah.
that. Just because you like RuPaul's
I
Drag Race.
do love RuPaul's Drag Race.
I don't get the fascination, like the sudden fascination
I've
with
never
like
watched
drag.
it.
If you never watched it, I would highly recommend. It's just such a feel-good show. It's entertaining. They're like,
I don't like anything that's got real people, like reality type stuff.
Neither do I.
So I wouldn't really care for it in general.
well, I would still say watch it. It might change your mind. It is men dressed up in drag. It is men dressed up as women,
like,
but
the only time I'd half consider watching reality is when I know it's utter trash, like Jersey Shore was complete and utter trash.
Wait, did you watch the Jersey Shore?
I watched like
I've
a
watched
season.
bits.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, but I do get your point. It's so bad.
Yeah,
It's good because
yeah.
you're just like, you are horrible people and I cannot stop
But
watching.
So
if
just like
there's-
car crash TV.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But I wouldn't say RuPaul's like that. I think it's generally good. Like, there's kind of like the bitchiness between like the contestants, like, but it's all playful. They're all like loving and caring because they've all
See,
come from like a similar background.
But then
and-
I'd feel bad about not liking the show in general because I don't like reality stuff at all. But with Jersey Shore, it's fine for me to hate it because all these people are bad humans.
Yeah, no, in RuPaul, they're good
Exactly.
humans.
So
You
I
end
feel
up
bad.
liking them. You'll have ones you'd like. You'll have drag queens you like dislike more than others. But overall, like, you just end up liking them and their story. And it's just really funny. And I listen to RuPaul's like podcast as well. He's just really funny.
Do you think we could get RuPaul on our podcast?
I that would be like my dream come true.
But
Him and Michelle.
But we wouldn't have you on the podcast if we had him.
Yeah.
As long as I can meet him afterwards, that's fine. I don't need to be in the podcast. I just want to meet him.
No, if that ever happens, we'll promise you right now. You can join.
I just replace you two with RuPaul and Bill Gates.
That would be an amazing setup.
just-
RuPaul and Bill Gates.
And I'd somehow mediate it. But, hey guys.
What talk? I feel like they would agree on a lot of
So
shit.
do you two just want to talk for like an hour and I'll just sit here and just do the intro and the outro? Be cool.
It's not really your podcast anymore.
It's-
No,
I mean,
you
I
just-
did the
It's just-
intro.
It'd be
you did
like
the outro.
RuPaul's podcast because
Yeah.
he already has one as well. Don't know about
Exactly.
Bill
What
Gates.
does he do on the podcast?
They just talk about all kinds of random stuff, kind of like
Kind of like this.
exactly like this.
Basically, we do the RuPaul podcast.
Basically,
yeah.
with a RuPaul podcast without dresses.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
he
don't
do-
really think they're
don't
dressed
think-
up
I
for
don't
the
think he
podcast.
does
Not all
his
the.
drag.
Sometimes they are because sometimes they record it during when they're filming Drag Race.
Really?
Yeah.
But they get a lot of celebrity guests on as well, like a lot of people like from Hollywood and stuff,
Cool.
like directors and actors and actresses, and like they'll talk. Like it's really interesting just for that. Like they'll talk about their careers and their lives and like show business, and then they'll just talk about like random stuff as well. So it is good, even if you don't like Drag Race. Their
enough.
podcast is pretty good. So just plug it for them.
Yeah, I'm sure they need all the help they can
Yeah,
get.
RuPaul needs
Already a massive
needs
podcast.
needs to step up
Yeah.
their game if they want to compete with us.
How did we even get onto drag?
I don't know.
You know,
But like that actually, because, okay, so Robin Williams.
Lion King.
Lion
The
King.
Lion
There we
King.
go. There we go. That's how we got there.
So the Lion, Jesus Christ, Robin Williams was in a movie. I can't remember what it was called.
Aladdin.
The Birdcage. It's a movie where he plays a guy who runs a drag kind of like bar or like
Okay.
show venue kind of thing. It's really, really good, really funny. It's like him and like his boyfriend in it run this kind of thing, and they have to go and basically meet his son's kind of girlfriend's parents for the first time, and they pretend to be like this very kind of straight, normal kind of parent, and it all just kind of falls apart. It's actually a surprisingly touching film, really funny.
When was that made?
Like the fucking 80s or
Really?
something. Yeah.
That's surprising that it's not super like homophobic and like.
I mean, I watched it a few years ago and I didn't get any kind of homophobic stuff from
Yeah.
it. It was very funny though.
Okay.
Like,
It's on my list
definitely
to
worth
watch. I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
That's how I watched it, yeah.
I think I've got it on my list to watch. I just haven't watched it yet.
If you like RuPaul stuff, definitely give it a go. Like I'm not
Okay.
into that kind of stuff, and I still really enjoyed myself with it. So go for it.
I will watch it. I went to my first drag show a few weeks ago.
How was that? I've heard you speaking about it.
It was very interesting. So the first half was not that great because like it was people who weren't as I don't know the right word.
Experienced.
That's it. They weren't as experienced. So like the quality went up throughout the show.
Okay.
But it was still very good. But the first bit, you could tell they were like killing time for something before
Oh.
someone came out. Some dancers came out on the stage and they ended up just chucking cake at each other.
What?
Like they lip synced to a song. They put out,
It's pretty
so they
hot.
spent like 10 minutes, like the guy setting up the stage with these tables and chairs for these guys to come out for 5 minutes to dance around, awkwardly get up on the tables and then get back down and then throw cake at each other. Then they lip synced to the bit from Matilda, you know, when Bruce eats the cake and they were like, Bruce, Bruce, Bruce.
Ish. Yeah.
There's 5 people on stage lip syncing this, and one guy is eating chocolate cake and then
God.
rubs it all over him. And I was like, what the fuck have I got myself
Yeah,
into?
that sounds
Sure, it was a
like...
drag show, and wasn't like some.
They were big drag queens as
Oh.
well. Like the ones that ended up doing the show. When they came out, they were fantastic. It was I can't even say it, Shangela
talking
and
to the wrong
Alyssa
people.
Edwards.
See, this is
They-
crazy. Like, there's an entire kind of world of celebrity and stuff that huge
Mhm.
that I knew nothing about.
They-
Like, absolutely nothing.
It's worth maybe if you don't want to go watch the show, just
Mm.
watch maybe clips from RuPaul because it is
Okay.
interesting. It's a whole different like world that I didn't really know about,
Mm.
and I think that's why drag show is good because it kind of opens it up to people who maybe wouldn't have like seen
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but the show itself was really good. The first like opening act, I was a little bit like, what the fuck have I
Yeah.
done?
Mm.
But then as soon as they came out, it was they're very funny. Like some of them are really, really good like comedians and stuff.
Oh, so,
So-
do they kind of like just go out and like? Is it like a stand-up set that they do, or is it just like
So-
a bit like a talent show?
It depends on the drag queen, I think. So
Okay.
some of them are like they'll come out in really glamorous like costumes and stuff, and then they'll lip sync and sing.
Uh-huh.
Some of them have gags where they'll take like certain things off, or they have like a comedy set.
Mm.
They're all kind of funny or entertaining in some way. Like they'll either dance or sing,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
like tell jokes. There's this one really good one called Bianca. She's my favorite. She's very, very funny.
Okay.
And like she's coming to London, I think. And as soon as the tickets went on sale, I think they sold out in like 15 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
Like massive. Like you couldn't get a ticket at all. But she's brutal. She'll rip into everyone. Very, very funny.
Okay.
So like I would say like look up like best moments or bits
Okay.
from it just so you can get a bit of a
Yeah.
feel. It is like the show itself is very like loving overall. But it's also just entertaining because they're kind of bitchy and doing like weird like compositions. Like they'll have to make a dress out of like curtains or something.
Oh god.
Like they give them really weird tasks. And then they have to like do a catwalk down in like a curtain, which is very cool.
It sounds a bit like America's Next Top Model, but just camper.
I think it kind of is a
Yeah.
bit.
America's
Yeah.
Next Top Model, but actually good.
Yeah. It is.
Fair
It is
enough.
good. It may not be your kind of thing.
It might
But-
not. I mean,
I
I'll,
mean-
I'll
And that's
watch some
okay.
clips.
We'll give it a go.
But it's
Yeah,
an interesting.
we have to talk about it next time.
Interesting
Yeah.
Yes. After you've seen some clips,
Yeah,
give me
yeah.
your
Be our
opinions.
homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come in the next time. We'll suddenly all be in drag because we're obsessed with it. I come in and wear high heels.
One of our work colleagues did say just before she left, she thinks you would make a very good drag queen. She just said she think you've got the
Yeah.
face for it. Apparently, I don't know if that's good or
yeah,
bad.
I don't know how to say that. Okay.
Maybe you should try it. If there's any listeners who want to come and dress Luka up in drag, please
Please.
do.
Email us at Slapduck Podcast.
This is the only
at
fucking time you've
gmail.com,
ever said the fucking podcast emails for
because
this.
the podcast email is meant to be for business purposes, but now anyone can email us because
Yeah.
of you.
Say it one more time, just in case they didn't get it.
Slapduck Podcast, all one word, at gmail.com. Let us know if you want to dress, look up and drag.
Please do.
God damn it.
They'd make you look so beautiful.
Ah, I mean,
You
fine.
can set up like a little runway. You can do a catwalk.
Ooh.
We'll play some music.
I don't know what I'm more scared of, that I wouldn't look good or that I would look good and
You wanna
really
look
go
good.
for it.
But if you look good, you'd discover something
I think
new
I'd
about
really
yourself.
go for it if I looked half decent. It
You've
was just-
Yeah, man.
got to. If you're up in drag, that's the whole point of drag is being someone else, getting to play
You
like a
could
persona.
discover a new part of yourself.
That's the thing.
So you'd have to go for it and strut your stuff.
So long as it's not like a really dark part of myself, I'm happy with that.
That's
but
what we do here at Slapduck. We help people
dark
discover
side.
themselves.
On the dark side?
Dark,
I wouldn't
light,
say it's going to discover a dark side.
all the
No,
sides.
I've already discovered that.
Oh,
Left side,
It's not a
right
pretty
side.
place. Anyway.
What? Okay.
No, I would give it a go. I mean,
Okay.
I remember as a kid, I would like put on my mum's shoes and stuff and pretend to like put on makeup, not as like a thing, just because she would like smile, like, oh, it's really funny. And like, it was basically me and all of our friends had girls, so we'd always kind of like dress up and do dumb shit. So it was like half the time we'd put on like her shoes and pretend to put makeup, and then the other half the time would be like, I was putting on like superhero costumes and stuff. So I like dressing up.
So
Well,
you've
as a
already
kid, I like
dabbled
dressing
a
up.
little bit in
Yeah.
drag.
I don't like dress up as much as now. Like Halloween's the only time, but even then it's not like excessive.
Can
Sorry.
thank
So
you.
they do have an episode in Drag Race where they do drag up other people who've never been in drag before.
Really?
So like they've done it one year with like their camera crew and stuff, or they'll get
Oh.
like a load of like ex-army soldiers or something. Like, you know, they'll try and find like really like butch men, and then they'll
Yeah.
who are open-minded to try it and
Yeah.
do drag, and then they have to make them look like their drag sister. So they'll do them up, and it's very cool because like
Alright.
you see these guys when they do try drag, like a whole different side to them come out. They're like, oh, I feel beautiful, and then they'll like start doing like they have to walk in heels and like they just own it. Like it's very, very cool to see.
We should.
Okay, so the one time I was actually not like full on drag, but I was over in Ireland and it was like one Easter, and like when we were kids, like my friends over in Ireland would always put on like a little show for like the parents and stuff. So one year we did Grease, but we did like the whole
Grease,
gender
like
sort of
men
thing. So
go
I was
Grease.
Sandy.
Nice.
I put on like full on tights and dress.
beautiful
Like
Sandy.
I went for it. There are some pictures somewhere, but like I've never seen them. Neither of my parents actually seen them.
Oh, you need to find those.
How
Like,
was the
those
Summer
pictures.
Love?
I
think-
want
thi-
to see
I think
this.
they're lost to like a memory card somewhere. In,
I'm
like,
going to
in
call
a
up your
box.
family and be
Tell
like,
me more.
please tell me these pictures exist.
Go for it. I mean, I would legitimately like to see them just because I can't really remember it too well because I was like 12.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah.
cute. That's so cute.
I was trying to think of more Grease lyrics, but I couldn't think of any.
Screw you, Sully.
I think we should make it a genuine thing where like we're going to use you as the guinea pig,
Okay.
basically. So sometimes we're going to dress you up in drag.
Yes.
You said you like dressing up as superheroes.
I'll do the superhero.
We'll take you
Yeah.
to Comic Con this year in London.
Okay.
Yeah.
August or October.
They do
MCM.
two.
There's-
Yeah, I think there's one normally in May and one in October.
We'll take you to the
time-ish.
October one.
Okay.
We'll get you dressed up as a cosplayer. We'll dress you up. There'll be something.
Does he get to pick or
And
do we
can I,
pick?
No, we'll
I've got
pick.
to pick.
Ooh.
No, we'll pick.
How about we give you a choice of three and you have
Yeah.
to pick out that? I feel like that's a fair.
I feel like no
medium.
spandex, but anything else goes. I don't want to go full on spandex. I feel conscious the entire day.
How much clothing or little clothing are you willing to?
I would like to be clothed,
Okay.
especially in like October. It's going to get pretty cold over here.
Okay, so yes,
So-
we clothed.
When I went to Comic Con, one of the best cosplays I saw, and I think it was in October time,
Hmm.
there was a guy who had dressed up as Miley Cyrus from the Wrecking Ball music video.
Oh, God.
You know, in like
so
the
he
like
wasn't
skin.
dressed.
Basically, he was naked. He was in like this, and he had like a wrecking ball on like a chain.
Oh, wow.
It was very funny. I was like, "You not freezing?" He was like, "Fucking freezing, like freezing my tits off." Like,
See,
all
that's
blown.
the thing. I would like to do that kind of stuff, but I'm always thinking of like, it's going to be cold out. I don't want to be cold
practicality.
and like moody the whole day. I want to like enjoy
Yeah,
myself.
yeah,
You know, you can get changed.
Yeah, but then there's like, why?
yeah. If you're
What's
gonna
the-
like go out
We'll
and
do it,
cosplay,
we'll do
you
it.
want to, yeah.
We'll go.
Commit.
We'll take videos. I'll go around with you. We'll talk to people.
Are you going to dress up?
No,
What?
because I'm
I'd dress up with
I'm
you.
hosting.
You're hosting.
Yeah, I have to keep my hosting privileges.
Okay.
Basically, I'll tell you what to do.
I feel like if we're doing it, you're coming as at least a wrestler,
I won as John Cena last time.
but no one saw you.
Exactly.
Hey,
See, you know, I appreciate that.
you
I
are.
appreciate
It's
that.
one of
You
the
have to
few
do that.
things I know about wrestling. You
I'm
can't see John
okay
Cena.
with that. Oh gosh. So how did we get to going to Comic Con as? Okay, we went from
Drag.
Drag brings you everywhere.
It drags us everywhere.
Bit like if you
Sully.
Korg isn't here, so I
I
need to do
know.
it.
I know.
I need to do it for him.
At least one for him. Yeah, drag.
On a completely unrelated note,
Okay.
we were talking about children earlier, correct?
Rings a bell.
probably.
Yes, at
We
some
mentioned
point. Okay, basically, there was a study recently about children with like AI, with like Alexa and Siri and all
Mm.
that jazz. Um, and they were discussing that they basically wanted to figure out, is it good that kids have access to like
Artificial intelligence.
artificial intelligence, because they're going to rise up and kill us
Yeah, of
eventually,
course.
like iRobot, best movie ever made.
Or Terminator. I think Terminator is probably the better side of things.
Isn't there loads of
iRobot,
films where like
There's a
robots
few.
just
Space Odyssey.
eventually come and kill you?
Or we can go like full on Blade Runner with it, where they just kind of rebellion.
Never actually seen Blade Runner.
You
I must
definitely
say
watch it.
something very controversial. I
beautiful.
don't like the first Blade Runner. I love the second one.
He's wrong, especially from like a cinematic standpoint. It's literally so beautiful. I have the script with Ridley Scott's storyboards.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just not one. So I read the book before watching the movie.
Mhm.
So I went in kind of, I guess, with some expectations, and then kind of coming out of it, it feels very different. Like very different from like the source material. Where the second one reminded me way more of it, like reminiscent of kind of some of the ideas a bit more that are in the book than like the
Yeah.
original movie. I understand that the original movie, like what it did for cinema, I think is really cool what it did, but I just can't. It just doesn't resonate with me. Something just doesn't click when I'm watching it. I just feel
Does the second one click because he bangs robots?
no.
Spoiler alert.
Well, just the weird thing, like the second, like
Hey,
the
man,
first
I
one.
haven't seen them. I haven't seen either of them, so I can't comment.
Okay.
Like,
He basically bangs Alexa
right?
in the second one.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an amazingly technically done scene.
Yeah,
Come on, it's
beautiful.
more than just he gets Alexa and like
Makes
flips up the little pod and just goes to
Oh,
town.
wow.
It's not like that. It's
See, with children
it's
can't.
classy done.
Oh, it's classy.
Classy.
Children don't
Fucking
do that with
Alexa.
Alexa. Children just speak to Alexa. So apparently, like when you talk to your Alexa, you just sort of like, Alexa, put on whatever music. Alexa,
Yeah.
what's the weather?
Alexa, put on Slipknot. Done.
Oh, right, calm down.
I mean, as a kid,
It's mine's
and as an
only
adult,
mine's only Alexa, put on Childish Gambino.
a little different, but it's just as good.
You can tell why I want to be the stoner one, and he wants to just have dementia.
And rewatch my favorite shit again. Yeah.
But no, kids apparently like talk to Alexa like it's a person, and they ask it like people questions. Like, so it's like,
Alexa, what is
Oh.
love?
I mean, maybe. I think I've asked my Alexa that.
Oh,
Alexa's got a really scary answer to Alexa, when's the Earth gonna end, or when a human's gonna die out.
Is it very accurate?
It's like part of it is it gives a very precise number of when the sun's gonna explode. It says, or if any other circumstance such as war or biological wipes out the human race. I'm like, Alexa,
Oh,
what?
jeez.
Jesus.
What are
Yeah.
you planning?
I mean, I like
Alexa?
the honesty.
Oh
gotta
yeah,
say.
I suppose. But yeah, kids ask Alexa like, "Oh, what's your favorite color, Alexa?" Or
That's
Alexa, how old are you? And I've asked my Alexa who's her favorite wrestler.
cute. And did
What
she
did she say?
reply?
It's Diesel.
Diesel?
Kevin Nash, Diesel. I'm sure someone will understand that at some point.
Okay.
I really don't.
No, I don't
not
get
not a good
wrestling.
wrestler. But yeah, and then kids also try and, because obviously a child doesn't exactly know what AI is unless they're a smart child, which we have established they are not because they're a child. But yeah, so they ask them like, "Oh, Alexa, is there a phone inside you?" Or Alexa, what are you? Asking really deep questions.
Yeah. What did she say when like, Alexa, what are you? Is she just like, an assistant?
The article I read didn't say, but generally when you ask it, it says, "Oh, I'm an artificial assistant helping you be more human." Then I learn about you and kill you all.
Wow. You can play games on the Alexa. Like it's almost like a rise of
They do like quizzes,
text-based.
right?
Sort of, but there's also like text-based games. Like it's basically like Zork but with voice acting.
Oh.
So like they did one for the new Jurassic World movie.
Ooh.
It's not very good.
Oh,
But you
unlike the movie.
but it's sort of thing like they have basically a voice actor or like a cast, and they ask you kind of questions, and you say like, well, obviously one thing or another thing. You kind of like make those decisions. I won't hold the gun. You hold the gun. I'll take like the med kit. That kind of stuff.
Okay.
And they got like a bit of sound design to it. Then they got cast. Skyrim is also porting itself to. Like, it started off as a joke at
Yeah, that was a
E3.
joke.
It was a joke, but they're actually doing it for real.
Nice.
And I don't know if it's gonna be
Really?
like free. Yeah.
I'll pay for it.
But it's the sort of thing like you say like go to what place is going like
River
White
Run.
Run or River Run or something like that, and then like they go there, it's like we have arrived there, and you're like, oh, go talk to so and so, or go to the message board, or do
Okay.
this quest. I don't know how it's going to work, but it's got to a point where like it's such a joke that Skyrim's and everything that they're just putting it there
Yeah.
for the funsies, really.
It'd have to be a really like simpled down like
Yeah.
version, like
Yeah, like-
one story within it or something.
Mm.
For example, you could ask your Alexa, when is the podcast going to end? And Alexa would say, unfortunately, it's going to end now because we are
What?
running out
Oh.
of time.
Screw you, Alexa.
So I just want to tell you guys that we recorded this podcast at the pod at White City Place. Thank you to my guests and thank you to Alex, our technician. Is there anything you guys want to plug? Luka, Amy?
I will just plug the email again. slapduckpodcast@gmail.com. Send us questions, queries, or apparently drag requests
Drag
now
requests.
we're doing.
Please, can
Yay.
we put Luka in drag?
And Amy, is there anything you want to share?
Yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter at HalloumiCat. Yeah, I'll probably post some art or some random shit or retweet some funny things.
Possibly drag related.
Yeah, hopefully pictures of Luka in drag at some point. So go check it out.
And follow me at Solomon Iqbal on Instagram. All of our links will be in the descriptions in all of your various podcast things. We are available on SoundCloud, Castbox, iTunes, and soon YouTube. So that will be YouTube.
Possibly by the time this one goes up.
Possibly by the time this goes up.
Hopefully.
So thank you very much for listening. And Alexa's going to destroy us all. Hopefully iRobot style.
Oh, God. Hopefully some other better way.